Oh, so they missed that?
On that note about dog farts.
Oh yeah, so we got the new logo. Next step, we animate it and we make it the intro to the show.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Doable.
Do it right now, John. Animate the logo. You got time.
No,
Hey, are we gonna do like shirts and stuff with that?
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll update
Awesome.
the I'll have to do it for next week. Get the logo put into like the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I once did a little bit of animation stuff with Blender and the old logo kinda. It took forever. It was a real pain in the ass. Maybe
Sounds like.
maybe I could do it with the thing I use for GTT radio though. Maybe I could do something with that. Wouldn't be quite as nice though, but something. I could have Belmont come in and whip it. Something stupid like that. All right, you guys ready to start the
Countdown?
show?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Let me warm up the soundboard. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh yeah, what's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's ya boy John Harrington here, and we got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back to Game That Tune. It is the internet's most fantastic one and only video game music guessing game show. And if you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, what we're going to do is we've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off, have a lot of fun, talk about a bunch of nonsense. And the winner at the end of the night gets to pick a theme for the next episode and play some bonus tunes. And our winner last week was the fantastic Jesse Moore. And Jesse, tell everybody about the theme for this week's episode.
I picked games with jobs in them, and you can interpret that however you'd like.
Hand, foot,
Oh, I should have gone with Leisure Suit Larry. Damn it.
blow.
Son of a bitch. There's a whole world of games I didn't even think about.
Tug.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Have a good tug.
Yeah, no, not those kind of jobs. Hopefully, I'm praying that this isn't some kind of work, and that John and David didn't pick sex games. That would be really, really gross and uncomfortable to talk about. But yeah, hey, it's bound to come up eventually on the show. I mean, come on, look at us. But no, it's games with jobs, man. A fantastic theme. We've done it before, and I think this one will be just as fun. That's the thing about these games with jobs, man. Kids these days, they don't want to go out and get a job, but they want to play video games in which you have a job.
Too busy crying about student debt.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody just they don't want to face the real world, so they play a video game in which you have a job. I don't know. It feels like it's AOC's fault, but I can't really say that. She famously had.
Where is this
jobs.
bit going?
I don't know. Kids these days, these whippersnappers, man. This is a boomer show now. What year were we all born? David, you have no conception of time. You were born in 1951?
You're only off by 35 years?
Okay, cool. We got David's math recalibrated. He knows what time it is. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. We got a great show coming up. Got a great fan request, and Johnny, start filling out the application and let's see what we got for game 1.
Game 1.
Alright, guys, so I think we're all familiar with the glamorous jobs some characters of games have, such as being a space marine or a master chief. But What about a game that focuses on one of the less glamorous jobs? The kind of guy that's to come in after the Space Marine or Master Chief. All right. Let's see those answers, guys. Oh. All right. So, let's see here. David says something StarCraft 2 Janitor Edition. That's incorrect. John says Halo Scruffy Evolved. Incorrect. And Jesse says, please pick up Milk Deborah. Which is incorrect. This is Viscera Cleanup Detail.
Oh.
It's a game
Probably
where
more like Viscera Cleanup Detail, but that's fine.
Is it Viscera? I don't know.
If you're talking about cleaning up a
I don't
bunch
know,
of
it's
blood
your
and guts,
game.
then
I don't know.
yes.
Do you pronounce it visceral when something gets really gritty and nasty?
I mean, it's not a word I ever actually use, so I'm not
That
really
Kill
sure.
Bill,
how to
that was
say
one
it.
visceral movie.
Viscera was the name of a wrestler too. So there's that.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a game where you play a cleanup crew that comes in after the events of a game like Doom, and you have to mop. You have to pick up body parts and collect them and incinerate them. Pick up trash like expelled shells and things like and used ammo packs and things like that.
I like how you said that your
kinda
game was
cool.
going to be obvious based upon like what games we've used on the show already.
No.
So going
Oh
with
yeah, you
like
did say that.
John
Like,
said
When did you
that.
say that?
John said that about my game.
Yeah, I said, David, I said your game would be obvious.
oh, I thought you were talking to Johnny.
No, motherfucker, I was talking to you. I know exactly what you picked. I'm not calling the shot now. I don't want to spoil anybody, but I know what it is. Yeah. Didn't even listen to the music. Just looked at the list of games. I know what David picked. He didn't pick Viscera Cleanup Detail,
Are you sure?
the Blood Janitor game. Man, Johnny, no, I mean, this sounds interesting, but I don't know if it sounds fun. Like, I
not.
understand there's an objective to the game, but like, you know, is there any like, okay, you're a cleaning crew. Like, is there anything like trying to kill you or like?
Nope. You just clean.
You're
You
just
get-
cleaning
you
it
get a-
up.
You got a grade on how well you clean and how much you clean, things like that.
Okay.
You start off with a mop. There's the incinerator that shows up. There's a thing that spawns mop buckets. I think there's a crushing doodad. And
Can you play as Stanley Spadowski?
No, but you can play multi. I mean, I guess you can if you want in your head. If you want to play on your own.
Yeah, because is it a first person mopping game?
It is a first person mopping game.
Interesting.
FPM?
Yeah, exactly.
First
The
person
very
mopper?
underserved genre of first person mopping.
No, I did enjoy. I watched some gameplay footage, and there was some stuff that was kind of fun. Like there's one part where a guy was mopping, and like he looks up to what looks like a sewer or something in the ceiling, and like he mops it, and it comes loose, and like body parts fall through it. You know,
Fun.
Yeah,
like
fun.
you're picking up blood, guts, legs, torsos.
I mean, it raises an interesting question of like, seriously, who cleans up after these things?
Yeah.
But I think I feel like you pinpoint on like Doom because like that's the one. But I was thinking like Halo, it's all pretty bloodless action. Like I feel like it's like future lasers and things. It's like the wounds are cauterized by the blast or something like that. Like, but But the question is, why would anybody clean up after Doom? Isn't it like in hell? Like,
Yeah, I would think you would just be like,
you just
yeah,
cut your loss, right? Like, oh well, my whole office building is full of viscera.
well, I don't know. Like if the whole building is a lost cause, why would you send in the Doom guy in the first place? There
Well,
must
no, I
be.
mean, he's
it
got to
must-
kill the monsters, but then like the people that own the place come back, and it's like, oh man, there's more than 4 inches of blood in here. Like the drywall's all fucked up, the floors are warped. Is this really the kind of place we want to like actually bother clean up, or should we just take it down to the foundation and start again? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not an accountant that has to deal with cleanup after a Doom style event. I've never had to do that.
I work at a
before.
hotel. This happens a lot.
I'm just
Zoom-style
wondering,
event.
like, why do we have very specific office buildings with like managers in hell? Like, are people torturing other people? Like, are demons torturing damned souls in like cubicles?
At
I
John's
just threw
Hotel.
that out there
Yes.
setting. Yeah.
Well, now they privatized hell. It's a
Mm.
lot different.
It's cleaner and more efficient, but it's still hell. So, yeah, there's that. So, Johnny, you haven't actually played this game.
No, I just looked this up and watched some footage of it and read some reviews. And
Uh-huh.
I think it costs $13.
And are you going to buy it, John? I think you have to now.
I don't think I am. I'll be honest. I have so many games I still need to play. And this one it looks interesting, and if I was out of games to play, I'd probably play it. But I have a
Would
lot
you?
of other games.
Well, name a game that you're probably going to play instead of this game.
I still need to play more of Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove.
I believe you're still under orders to play The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I have to go buy a Switch and get that Cadence of Hyrule game. The Crypt of the Necromancer, or Necrodancer mashup.
I like Crypt of the Necromancer. Way different game. Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking Necrophile. Sorry.
That's also a different game.
It's not that different from Necrodancer. But yeah, man, this game, I mean, I like that people are coming up with games that are like highly unusual, but I'm just like, who's this for? Like,
I'm sure there's somebody. I mean, like, I'm sure
every
it has
game
that
is
same...
for somebody, ultimately. That's the thing. Like, just because it's not for us doesn't mean it's not for them. Like,
But I mean, like,
But-
I'm sure it has that weird, oddball, like, Katamari Damacy, Parappa the Rapper kind of appeal, where somebody's like, wait, you go into a bloody room and clean it? Like, huh, okay.
Right.
Like, the novelty just appeals to them.
yeah, or it's just some kind of insane completionist that's like, yeah, I play anything. It's like, how about a game where you're mopping up just, like disgusting areas after like a, Doom type game takes place? Yeah, I'll bite. Like, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
I said I'd play anything, didn't I? Like, I feel like I should coin a term for this. I'm going to call it the games like this. This game's a tie rack motor. It's a game for someone who already has everything. Like, just because we don't need it doesn't mean someone out there doesn't need it.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. No, it's not.
Like a
What am I
tie rack
saying? It's not.
It is. It's just not interesting. It's more of an interesting concept as like a film than like a fucking
Oh,
game.
yeah, I would
like
watch that. Like
that
live.
fucking movie, Sunshine Cleaning. Like,
Yeah, I'd watch like that live action short of like somebody has to come in and clean up after like Doom. That'd be interesting.
or like an office style mockumentary following around the janitorial crew that has to clean up after all these horrendous space marine fights. Like that'd be kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's like this doesn't really sound like a fun game, but it sounds like a fun comedy sketch.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like they were working on a show where it was about people who cleaned up after like superhero battles.
I know Spider-Man,
Agents of Shield.
Spider-Man Homecoming featured a little bit of that.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I know they were talking about like damage control and like doing
Yeah.
more with that. But I don't know if they did.
I would watch a whole series about Michael Keaton from Spider-Man Homecoming, just cleaning up New York City after the Avengers. I'd
Honestly,
love to see that.
just doing whatever he wants. I would love to just see more of Michael Keaton from Spider-Man Homecoming. Just, I don't know, just whatever. Just driving his car, eating a sandwich. That's
Right.
fine. I'd watch
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing. I don't even want to see him clean up after the battles. I want to see his day-to-day life where he's just like interacting with his beautiful daughter and his hot wife, but he's secretly a supervillain.
Yeah.
And every now and then he figures out that someone's Spider-Man and he gets really menacing. It's great. Best scene of the fucking movie. It's so good.
It still amazes me how terrifying Michael Keaton was without any costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just sitting in the front of his
Just-
car.
Traffic lights on his eyes, and then him just kind of giving a menacing look. It's like, Pete, let me talk to you for a second. I'll kill you and everyone you loved.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Bet you were glad
I
your
like
old
him.
pal
that's
Spider-Man
yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
It's the first time a Marvel villain has actually scared me. You know? Like,
Yeah. No,
nobody's ever scared me. That time I was like,
because it
"Ooh."
plays on the fear of meeting your girlfriend's dad, and then he's also a supervillain that wants to fuck you up personally. It's not
we've
like,
all been there.
oh man, I hope he likes me. It's like, you're fucking Spider-Man, aren't you? I'm gonna fucking kill you if you ever come around. Like, oh god.
It's just her dad wants to kill me. Oh, that's just your nerves. Like, no, he held a gun and pointed it at me.
Yeah. And then he put on a vulture costume and slammed me around a lot. It's not
kept
complicated.
he
He's
kept
trying
his-
to kill me.
He kept insisting on Spider-Man. It got really weird.
Don't know where you got that idea.
Yeah. Or that vulture costume. It was great.
That's true. Do you think like he purposefully threatened Peter Parker? Just every guy that comes to date his daughter, he claims is Spider-Man and is going to kill him.
Right. Good thing Spider-Man showed up, huh? I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Toombs. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Enjoy your night. But remember, I'll kill your entire family. I would watch that.
Oh, man.
It's a reality dating show where you have to meet Michael Keaton playing the woman's father.
So,
Anyway,
The Bachelor, the Bachelorette, the Vulture.
Vulture in law. Anyway, Viscera cleanup detail. It's a game that honestly we're probably not going to play, but I like that music, John. That was nice.
Yeah, it's nice music. Neat idea. I would like if say Doom had this as kind of like a bonus level you play at the end of the game, like
That would be pretty funny.
yeah,
Like a credit sequence.
yeah, like during the
you have
credits
to clean up your own mess.
exactly.
Yeah,
you're
I would enjoy that. That
you're
would be
still-
pretty fucking cheeky.
You're still the Doom guy, just with the mop. Like you're the full costume.
There's like an old lady wagging her finger at you. Now, Doom guy, you take these paper towels. It's all just a big ad for Brawny. Anyway, let's keep it going to game 2, my man.
Game 2.
set a new record for the shortest track ever played on a Game That Tune. That clocked in at 19 seconds.
It should have been longer.
It wasn't.
Yeah, was
I might have downloaded it and uploaded the incorrect track. I apologize for that.
Uh-oh.
In terms of trivia, this is the first and to date only game in this series to release outside of Japan first. Now I'm pissed because I wish I chose a different game.
No, because then I would have been wrong about this.
First game to release outside of Japan first.
Tisk.
So this game was released in Japan November 20th. It came out in America November 16th.
Ooh.
So Johnny says Doom. So close based on the music. Jesse says, I got a CD stuck in my VCR. We'll check with the judges and come back to that. John Harrington has the correct answer of Animal Crossing City Folk.
Nice.
Yep. Once I realized we hadn't used it, I thought, should I pick Animal Crossing City Folk? And then I thought, no, David surely also looked to see that we haven't used Animal Crossing City Folk. I'll pick something else.
Oh, I knew this was the only Animal Crossing game that we have yet to use on the show, and I've been waiting to use it. Which is ironic because this is actually the only Animal Crossing game I haven't played.
Well, it's you got some fucking nerve there, David.
How dare you?
Yeah. So I played this game
Well,
thoroughly.
I have played every other Animal Crossing game, so I feel like I've pretty much played this one.
Well, you haven't.
No.
Because you haven't been to the city.
I
I'm
know.
really enjoying the amount of shit David is getting for not playing his game. It pales in comparison. I'm sorry, my shit for not playing my game pales in comparison to this. Like, I didn't play my game either.
Far more excusable for Johnny to have not played a bizarre Steam game than for David to pick the Animal Crossing he hasn't played. Ugh.
I just wanted to talk about Animal Crossing because I'm really excited about the new Switch one coming.
Yeah, well, I really liked City Folk, so I'm saying moratorium on new Animal Crossing on Switch. That doesn't exist yet. So, David, talk to us about City Folk.
Sure. City Folk kind of combined traits from the DS version as well as the GameCube version. I know you could import your character from the DS version. It was the first, I believe it was the first Nintendo game to feature voice chat with the We Speak peripheral.
Oh, yeah. We spoke all right.
It had online play. You could visit other people's towns, leave letters and notes for them. I also know this was the first game to feature a bubble wand. And yeah, the main draw was the addition of the city. You took a bus into the city. So instead of having all of the shops in your town, it was just put into a separate little area, which New Leaf kind of did on the 3DS.
Right.
When you said I had voice chat, did you speak to the game or did the game speak to you?
There was a microphone peripheral that you attached to your TV so that you could talk and communicate that way.
I've never heard of that. This is for the Wii?
Yeah.
It was. And it worked fantastically and became the industry standard for voice chat. That's why it's so strange, John, that you haven't heard of We Speak.
Wow.
No, it's it was a big mistake on their part. It didn't really pan out in any meaningful way. Just imagine playing a game and you want to have voice chat and the microphone is sitting atop your TV.
Yeah, why would they have you put it there?
Because they want the whole room to be able to communicate.
Like if I plugged it into the nunchuck, that would make sense, right? Because then you have a
No.
microphone right next to you.
Okay,
No.
here's what's stupid. Okay, so
We speak.
the sound comes out of the speakers, which is on the fucking TV, which is where the fucking microphone is. So what? There cause a fucking sound loop, like.
Yeah.
Not unless you point your speakers into the mic. You're actually fine.
Well, yeah, but still, like, you're gonna pick up some other sounds that you don't want to hear. All sorts of room noise.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this was the only game to utilize We Speak. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh.
I think you
Actually.
could play. Wasn't the Mario Kart on Wii Online, and you could talk to your friends? But that's it.
I don't remember being able to chat at any point in Mario Kart.
Maybe not.
I know they put like a We Speak channel. You know, God, those Wii channels, those were a hoot. Like, I need to talk to you about something. Let me fire up We Speak. You also fire up your We Speak.
Yeah, call your friend up on his phone. Hey, call me back on We Speak.
Yeah,
I
text your
stand
buddy. Hey
corrected.
man, We Speak.
It was in Animal Crossing. It was in a bunch of sports games. It was in Monster Hunter Tri, and Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Of course.
So
Very important to be
Yeah.
able to speak to those games.
Well, I mean, in Wheel of Fortune, could you actually like shout out what letter you wanted and have the game recognize it, or was it just for multiplayer voice chat in Wheel of Fortune? God, that sounds awful.
Good question.
As I can't even finish a sentence. That sounds terrible.
as you continue to speak, you realize how bad it is.
Multiplayer Wheel of Fortune voice chat. Cool.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound fun at all. Especially because realistically, one person would have the We Speak, so it'd be like real one-sided. So it'd be like, you know, oh, you guessed T.
Just listen to
You
some,
fucking idiot.
just listen to some guy shout, I'll take an A, or I'll buy an A," like just by himself to nobody.
Yeah.
God, actually, the more I talk about it, the more fun that sounds.
No, it doesn't.
I would love to just sit in my room and just shout like the wrong game show phrases or whatever, video
well, no
game
one's
game
stopping
show.
you.
I was just say you
Yeah,
can
exactly,
do
John.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
but I
have
want
fun.
them to hear it. Like,
Who is them?
I need to know that whoever I play can hear me.
I want to just scream random things at Jeopardy, and I need an audience to do so.
I mean, you still could do that.
I guess this
Yeah.
is called Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, we're live streaming a video right now. You could easily do this every night when you watch Jeopardy, John.
Oh my god, you should live stream your Jeopardy reaction.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, yeah. You should do a live watch of Jeopardy every night, and just make sure you yell out the answers and whether or not they were right or wrong.
Make
That'd
sure
be-
you yell out the answers and also what vowel you're going to buy.
If I called that performance art, I could get famous.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what we could get.
Yeah. So anyway, Animal Crossing City Folk is good. I had a lot of fun with it. I got it for Christmas that year. Played it a good bit. Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
cute.
sure I went to your town.
Yeah, I think you did. I went to a few people's towns.
Exactly.
It's fun. I like the ease of the online. It was smoother, obviously, than playing the DS online one. And I like the city feature. It's like, you could take the bus to town to do some shopping. It kind of sucks because, guy like me, I'm a fucking night owl Animal Crossing player, and I don't always feel like fucking with the clock in the system. So when the shops close at 9 p.m., it's like, no, man, I need new shoes. What the fuck? Why isn't this Animal Crossing Walmart folk? Yeah, I need shit all hours of the day. Why would any of this ever close? But it was cool.
This was the
Abel's
game that
sister's got to
introduced-
sleep.
I guess. You could also go to the city at certain times and get into Mr. Resetti's reset control center, which was pretty fun. Like there would be a coned off area sometimes, but if you walked over there other times, like the cones would be missing, and you could walk into his control room where he like monitors your activity, and he's like standing around. It's like, oh, hey man, what do you haven't been resetting, have you? All right, cool. See you later. I'm at work. No time to talk right now. It's just like, oh, cute. I like
So
that
he's
as time's
not
gone on, it's gotten
always a
harder and
dick.
harder to. It's yeah, exactly. He's only a dick when he has to come see you. If you go see him at work, he's like, "Oh, hey, John, what up, man?"
And now he
I
doesn't
like
have
that-
a job.
Yeah, as time's gone on, it's gotten less and less necessary. It's very easy to not, fucking forget to save your Animal Crossing game. So
Robots are taking all our jobs.
yeah,
I want to see like what they're gonna have him do in the new one, because like obviously they're going to have him. Like he is a stable character, he is beloved, like he has to be there. But I just wonder what capacity he's going to be in there.
I'm thinking
Probably
it's
a
going to be
depressed drunk.
what was that movie with like Paul
Deer
Dano?
Hunter.
No, the one with the one where Daniel Radcliffe played a dead body the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Swiss
yeah.
Army Man.
Yeah,
That movie's great.
it's gonna be Mr. Resetti Swiss Army Man. He's just gonna be washed up on the island when you get there, and he's gonna be the
What's up?
thing that you use for all your tools. Like you dig up
Oh my
with, you
God.
dig stuff with him, using him to chop down trees. He farts a lot. Yeah. 'Cause
He just
after he lost his job, he fucking jumped off a bridge and then he washed up on this island.
Oh my God.
you go to the beach and you find Gulliver and you like wake him up. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I must have crashed. Here's a little gift for you." And then you go up to Rossetti and you keep pushing A. It's like, no. He's not waking up.
Whole day to drag him.
God.
Yeah.
You could use him to vault over rivers.
Man, Nintendo of America is really lightened up on their policies here.
Yeah, this got the Nintendo seal of approval. This is insane.
I love the idea of using him as the bug net too. It's like, I want to
Yeah.
get that butterfly. Wham! Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah,
It's a
hold on.
little crushed.
Let me check the folds of his ass cheeks. Yep, it's in there.
That's the
Dead
episode title.
squash. I have a dead squashed beetle in the ass cheeks of this mole. Will you accept this as a museum donation?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want Mr. Resetti as a museum donation? No, he stinks. Yeah. Ah. Anyway, yeah, Animal Crossing City, folks, it's good. I can't think of like a whole lot of ways it really innovated. It was kind of like a step between. It took the things that worked for the Wild World and made put them on Wii, and then they continued to make it even better on 3DS with New Leaf.
Well, it worked with the Wii Speak, John. That was the innovative part.
Very important that we speak. That's why they re-implemented something like it for the 3DS one.
Yeah, and also good news. I was looking this up. The Wii Speak is compatible with your Wii U. Just an FYI.
Thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
Because that's the other way. Once I got the Wii U, it was a little tough to import my contacts over from my Wii Speak channel into my Wii U gamepad phone call making channel. Like, seriously, Nintendo really overestimated how much people wanted to use these things for. Like, you want to make a phone call or like you want a video chat with your Wii U? No, of course not. Like,
I honestly cannot think of like a better deal, like a more perfect combination than We Speak on the Nintendo Wii U. Like that is success incarnate.
It already had a microphone in the gamepad.
that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it even stupider. Like, oh goodness, Nintendo, I love you. David, anything else on Animal Crossing City Folk? Your most favorite of the Animal Crossing series?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well by
Yeah, it's pretty
saying
good.
Animal Crossing is good.
It is. It sure is. Rest in peace, Mr. Resetti. And Johnny, let's keep it going, man.
I don't think he's resting in peace if you're catching butterflies with his ass cheeks, John.
Hey, it's Animal Crossing, man. It's a different kind of world.
New radio stinger.
Game 3.
All right, guys. So this is our fan request for the evening. It comes to us from frequent requester and Patreon superfan tier producer Dell at Delician Hikari on Twitter. Thank you so much, Dell, for this request. This was the first game ever developed by this company, and it is the first game in a loose trilogy of games. The second game was released for the Nintendo DS in 2010, and the third game is scheduled for release in fall of 2019. All right, how you guys feeling?
Fantastic.
It's a Dell request, so you're not expected to get it right.
Okay, if Jesse feels fantastic, I feel more confident.
You know Jesse's been feeling fantastic tonight. Johnny drew Penis 3. David says Ni no Kuni, which is incorrect. And Jesse says, I used to play Missile Command. Now that's a real game. That's unfortunately incorrect as well. No, this is a, like I said, it's a classic Dell request. It's a weird little game for the PlayStation 1 called Tail Concerto.
Oh.
That one.
I assume, Jesse, you've played it thoroughly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right after Thousand Arms.
Right. Man, I think looking at this, in preparation for the show, I'm a little bit worried that we might have a new bumpy trot on our hands, fellas. This game looks charming. Charming as shit, in fact.
Ooh.
So in this game, you play as... So the setting of the game, it's a bunch of floating islands occupied by anthropomorphic dog and cat people. And you play as police officer Waffle Ryebread.
Good.
Sold.
Yep, you play as a police dog riding a mech suit named Waffle. So
sounds pretty
I'm sorry,
great.
I already said I was sold.
Right, exactly. You didn't have to draw it even further out with mech suit. Yes, you're a little dog cop riding around on a mech suit, chasing criminals and doing light platforming stuff. I'm like, okay, you're winning me over. It's got anime cutscenes, adorable voice acting, and just a charming, colorful world with delightful music. Yeah, why the fuck don't we know about this?
Who made it?
It was developed by a company called CyberConnect 2.
Wow. They made Yeah, they've gone on to make a bunch of really like a lot of anime fighting games and
Yes.
the Dot Hack GU series.
Yeah, they
which
make
is
Dot
like,
Hack and they make like a shitload of Naruto games.
Yeah, they're fucking
But
good.
this was their first ever game. So
Damn, that's cool.
yeah. So I don't know how it's like. Seems like usually it'd be the reverse of that. Like you got to make a bunch of games based on, you know, like some anime or nonsense, and then we'll let you take a stab at like your adorable dog cop game. And in this case, it's like, hey guys, check out this adorable dog cop game. And it's like, how would you like to make Naruto for the next 25 years?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just looks charming. I was watching some videos of it before the show, and you know, you're riding around in this cute little cop mech. It's got like little flappy arms, so you can like kind of swing them and grab. You're supposed to like grab criminals with them. It has the very odd, you know. Okay, so once if you're playing as a cop, you know, just you know, from a game design perspective. What do you do with the criminal once you've grabbed it?
Well, you're a dog, right?
Yes.
So I suppose you rough him up a little bit.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. That's not because they're dogs. That's because they're cops, John.
It's a bad
was-
take.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, you put them like on a leash to carry them back to prison or something.
I like it. You know, that would actually kind of make sense because the arms, they're like flappy and maybe a little stretchy. So it'd be kind of cool if they became like leash arms and you had to guide them back into a paddy wagon or something. But no, I can't tell what happens to the poor criminals. 'Cause, you know, so the part I was watching, it's like a bunch of like hooligan cat kids and they've been like vandalizing stuff. And you chase them around and you grab them and he picks them up above his head and then pulls them backwards to a green gem on the back of the mech and they get sucked into the gym. And I'm like, oh my God, is that like a dimensional prison on the back of his mech or something? Like, what is this crazy world? And I never got clarification on that. I mean, obviously it's just it's a game design thing. Like, I don't know what happens after you grab them. You're not going to throw them off the cliff or whatever. Like, you know, it's not a grab and throw game. It's a grab them and, you know, grab the next one game. So they got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
They get sucked into a little green crystal. Sure.
I think that dates this game a little bit because the Supreme Court banned the usage of portable interdimensional prisons after that one case of like, you know, what, circa 2002 or so.
Right. You know, we all remember that one. Yeah. Oh God, the Bush era was a different time. We were just trapping people in crystal prisons, and yeah, nobody was questioning anything. We're all riding that big wave of patriotism after 9/11. But yeah, no. So this game's much cuter than 9/11. It's
Wow.
What a
it's
glowing
adorable,
review.
man.
I wish
Yeah.
that was on the back of the
Box
box.
quote.
It came out in 99, so it beat 9/11 to stores. But
And the fans will never
yeah.
forget.
Yeah, you're playing as a cute little dog cop. His name is Waffle. You have to
A
find
dog
this,
first responder.
you have to find this black cat gang that's going around trying to collect these crystals.
Wait.
There's other power crystals left over from old civilizations or something. And you meet the black cat gang, and the head of the black cat gang is Alicia, who it's like, hey, you're Alicia. We were friends when we were kids. Why are you a thief now? And she's like, fuck you. You're a police officer. I don't like you either. And so it's like a friendly cop and robber rivalry.
That sounds
Tale
like
as old
some
as time.
it sounds like some uncomfortable undertones there. I don't know.
In what way, John?
Well, you have the whole interdimensional prison gem going around.
We're moving past the interdimensional
Game
prison gym.
4.
You don't imprison the poor girl. You try and get her back on the straight and narrow. It's like, hey, why'd you go down the criminal's path? I went down the cop path. We could have been friends. And she's like stealing crystals anyway, and you're a cop, and you gotta stop her. It's like Heat. You respect her for her criminal prowess, but you're the best cop, and you've got to stop her. And if she gets in your way, she's going down, pal. You want to just do Heat quotes for a while?
I've never seen Heat.
Oh God, I knew it. I fucking knew
Same.
it. Wait, Jesse, you haven't seen Heat? I'm not even asking David because it's not a cartoon. But oh my God, am I the only person here who's seen Heat?
Oh my
I
God!
want
what
to
if they
be
animated
offended,
it?
but I can't. Like,
Yeah, no, David, I know you don't watch movies for adults. Why would you? God,
Jesus.
that's upsetting.
I like that. I like that. I liked watching John come to the realization that he's the only one of us that's seen Heat. That was a great thing to witness.
That's fucking shameful, guys. I really was hoping my Cops and Robbers Heat comparison was going to land, and this is just not the audience for it. It's
I know
upsetting.
it's Al Pacino, isn't it?
And Robert De Niro.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Isn't
Yeah.
Val Kilmer in that?
Yes, and
Oh.
Kilmer, man. We're back on Kilmer. You know, he was a pretty good Batman.
He better than Clooney.
Oh,
Real
this
talk.
thing again.
No, actually, Val Kilmer's really good in Heat, and it's kind of cool because he was like third build when like he was also popping as Batman. So the movie was lightning in a bottle, is what I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, it doesn't really have anything to do with Tail Concerto. This game's just an adorable, dog riding a mech in a bright and fun world, capturing criminals and having a great time. And his name is Waffle. I don't understand why. Okay, but his first name's Waffle. His last name is Rye Bread. There's nothing that I can think of that's more disgusting than a rye bread waffle.
Ooh.
I don't know. Have you ever had a
I think
rye bread?
if you're thinking a big pile of waffles, you pop some waffles in the toaster. You're thinking blueberry. You put some syrup on them.
those
Yeah,
things.
but
And then you cut into them, and they're made of rye bread.
You
You're like-
know what's more disgusting than rye bread waffle is the open-faced rye bread shit sandwich.
It's true.
Well, yeah. What the?
Johnny's really on a mission for callbacks tonight.
We're just bringing everything back tonight.
Anyway, no, this game. I look forward to the sequel. Like I said, there's a loose trilogy involved with this. So yeah, there was a game that came out on DS called Solo to Robo or something.
That
And
sounds
then-
like a great Star Wars movie.
Yeah, Solo that Robo. And then later on this year, apparently there's a third game coming out called like Fuga, parentheses something with a tail. I don't know. But
What
like
system?
all of them apparently, Switch,
cool.
Xbox, PlayStation. I'm like, okay, please don't fall into the trap of thinking we need like a 70-hour RPG based in this world. Like, give me a tight 10 where I can be a dog riding a mech, and you might just have my fucking $15
Oh,
to
yeah.
$20. Like, I might be real into that. So we'll see, because this world's charming. And it's funny. Usually I say like, oh, this world's charming. I'd love to play in this. And it's like, actually, there's a game coming out this year. It's like, okay, you're calling my bluff, reality. Thanks a lot, man. I guess we'll see if I actually do want to play in this world. So come fall-ish, whenever that is, we'll see if this game indeed comes out. And maybe it's time that we all jump in our dog mechs and go arrest some cats. I don't know, man. It sounds fun to me. So thanks again, Dell, for the request. As always, a bizarre PlayStation era game with a fantastic soundtrack. You can count on Dell for that. And Johnny, I think we just got to keep it going, man. What do we got next?
Game 4.
So this game was ranked as fifth blandest game of 2018 by Yahtzee of Zero Punctuation, who called it a painfully generic pixel dungeon crawler whose one unique gameplay idea had all the depth of a Netflix crime documentary, which I strongly disagree with, by the way.
Ooh.
So, how you guys feeling? David looks like he's pretty confident. Or he's got a really clever joke answer.
Ooh.
And Johnny looks like he might be drawing a really good dick right now. We'll
Yeah,
see.
he had the time. Jeez.
All right, let's see. Johnny, my printer won't turn on. That's pretty great. John with Metal Gear Survive. That's incorrect. And David with Moonlighter, the correct answer. This game is Moonlighter. Has anyone played it besides myself?
No.
I have not, because it is a Steam roguelike.
Maybe, but it's also on Switch, which is
Oh, is
where
it?
I've been playing it, and it's more of like a. So it's weird. It's like a Zelda top-down Zelda-y game, and you go through like
I
little
like that
dungeons.
Wikipedia says genres: action role playing, comma business simulation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you go through like dungeons at night and you collect a whole bunch of stuff from things you kill or find. And then at the day you have a shop and you sell all this stuff for, they don't tell you how much things are worth. You just throw down a number, put it down, and then people come into your store and they're like, look at the item. And if it's a good price, like an emote will pop up over their head and they'll pick up the item and take it to the little cash register, and you got to like check them out and stuff. Once you upgrade your store one time, that's when thieves start coming in. And so like sometimes when people walk into your store, a little thing will pop up over your head, like if it's like some kind of big warrior guy, like a weapon icon will pop up and he's looking for a weapon. So if you're selling a weapon, chances are he's going to buy it. But sometimes it'll pop up and it'll be like a burglar looking face with a mask, and you're like, oh, you got to keep an eye on that dude. And so they'll walk around, like, look at all your stuff, and you can walk away from the cash register, but your line might start building up, and you don't want angry customers to just decide they don't want to buy your shit and leave. So you got to kind of like, you look in back and forth, and eventually the thief will grab something and try to run out the door, and you got to tackle him. And it's not too tricky to do it. You just got to pay attention. I think I've only lost a couple items, but I didn't want my queue to back up too much,
Do you get to like kill the thief and then sell them?
No.
For
The thief you just beat up, and then you get the item back and they escape. And I guess no one cares because they just watch you do it.
Yeah. Well, yep. So how it is running a business.
So the guy goes through caves and stuff at night, and he sells during the day. When does he sleep?
Yeah. Well, you can also, if you wanted to, you could go during the day and not open the shop. I've had a few days where I didn't have a bunch of stuff to sell, so I would just go to the dungeon twice in a day or something, And you can upgrade your weapons and armor and stuff with the things you find too. So you got to kind of think, do I want to save this stuff to sell it, or do I want the next sword? And there's I think 5 different kinds of weapons. There's like a big sword. There's a sword and shield. There's a spear, a bow and arrow. There's like fist weapons. Let's see. And another thing that's interesting about this game is as you're going through dungeons, you start finding cursed items, and the items that are cursed, they're not always bad curses, but they have to do with where they are in your inventory. So like you'll have an item with an arrow pointed at a certain direction, and basically whatever item it's next to will get affected by whatever the curse is. And so you got like this little mini game of inventory management where you got to like put your stuff in certain ways, because some of it's like, hey, this item that sells for a whole lot is cursed with whatever is next to it will be a copy of it. So if you got like a stack of like 10 things, you put that stack of 10 garbage right next to that expensive curse thing, and then when you leave the dungeon, now you got 10 of those expensive things, and you can make some mad fucking money. And
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. It's got a really nice art style. It's that like charming pixel art. I mean, who's the fucking guy that you quoted that said like this is the blandest thing he'd ever played or whatever? It's like, come on, man. Like,
I think he's quoting the guy who invented the term PC Master Race.
Yeah, he must have.
Says everything.
Seriously, like, this game looks fun. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about guys that just are out to declare things the 5th blandest thing. Like, I don't want to know what your other 5 bland things are. Like,
I remember seeing like trailers when this game first came out and being really interested in it, because like the idea of like you collect stuff to sell in your shop, like that seemed like a really interesting hook. And then the more that I looked into it, it's like, oh yeah, this procedurally generated dungeon. It's like, got less interested in it.
Maybe a little less, yeah.
It's like, but I mean, the way you're talking about it, like maybe I should check this game out.
Like the dungeons, like you get a feel for them. Like there's certain things that always happen in the dungeon. So like when you go through this one like area, you'll be like, okay, I know the boss is nearby. So like there's certain ways you can like tell what you should do, and there's like a certain item you get pretty early that lets you teleport from the dungeon and basically leave a portal to go right back. So if you need to like empty your bags, because when you leave the dungeon you have to start back over, but if you use that special portal then you can go back to where you left. So that's handy if you gotta like make some space. One thing though is the second dungeon, the second mini boss you fight in there is hard as fuck, and that's basically where I'm stuck at now. But I just got to make some more money and upgrade more of my shit, and I think I'll be good.
I like it. Yeah, it sounds cool. It puts a little twist on just the grindy formula of things like that. But fuck anybody that's looking to call something like this bland. Because looking at the art style, it's like, how can you call this bland? Like, this is nice, man. Yeah.
It's super charming, and I love the shopkeep stuff. Just hanging out and watching people walk around and look at your stuff, and especially when you got a new item and you're trying to price, and because like, so
you got to like set a fair price.
Yeah, and so like if you set like a price that's way too high, you'll get like a little emote of them like looking real sad, or if it's like way too expensive, they look furious, and they like will just leave the store, and it's like, oh god.
Do you get to like converse with the customers? Do the customers have a little personality or anything? Or
No, I that is kind of crappy. But you can decorate your store, and if you decorate in such a way, like the customers will tip you more. Which I don't know why they're tipping me, because they're just picking up something on a table and bringing it
I
to
love
me.
those curtains.
Yeah, pretty much. So-
I'll pay extra. Okay, you're bad at this haggling thing. Thank you, sir. It would be nice if there was like personalities to the customers, so you could kind of like read them and be like, all right, yeah, this guy, he's not going to budge on this price. Like, you know, it makes it like a Pawn Stars game or something.
Yeah.
You know? Like, now, what's the lowest you would take? It's like, well, that's not how you start a haggle first.
God, I fucking
First-
hate when people do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to say things to get Johnny back in the conversation. Like, you put a Craigslist ad up. It's like, now what's the lowest price you'll accept? It's like the price I listed on the Craigslist ad. You stupid fuck.
Obviously.
Oh God. Yeah. Anyway, it would be cool. I was thinking also if like, you know, it'd be cool if like people could come in and like run distraction on you. Like, you know, one guy talks you up while the other guy's in there just like pocketing your stuff.
They might do more stuff if you upgrade your store more, but
Mhm. Or you get like a Grandpa Simpson in there who just talks endlessly, and eventually like the dialogue option comes up. It's like, are you gonna buy something or like what? Like Jesus Christ!
I have noticed sometimes there's like this old lady that will come in the store and just stare out one of the windows, and then she'll just leave, and she doesn't even go buy the merchandise. And I'm just like, okay, it's got a really nice window.
Will you leave, please? We're closing. I'm going back to the dungeon. I like it. I think it sounds cool, man.
Yeah, it's a neat game.
You said
Perfect
it's
for
on.
Switch.
Yeah. He said it's on Switch. So
Yeah.
definitely worth a look. See, I'm always looking at those eShop deals on Switch. So if I spot this one, I might just have to go for it, man. So yeah. Anything else on Moonlighter, not Moonlighting?
No, it does not have Bruce Willis.
Gotcha. But what if it did? No. Anything else on Moonlighter?
No.
Sweet, man. I like it. Johnny, let's keep it going, man. It's time to bring it home.
Game 5.
All right. GoldenEye 007 creator Martin Hollis cited this game as a major influence on the development of his game. All right. Who's feeling great?
I'm feeling pretty good.
So great.
Actually, I'm feeling pretty good.
Not surprised. Oh, let's see. Jesse says doctor's appointment 9:30. No, Jesse, I'm sorry. You used the wrong device again. John says Ninja Baseball Batman, which is incorrect. And David has the correct answer. It's Virtua Cop. John, just what job do you think you work in the game Ninja Baseball Batman?
Well, see, here's the thing: in Ninja Baseball Batman, it's not Batman like you think, like the Batman. You are a guy who brings out baseball bats to baseball players. That's your job.
We all owned a Neo Geo, John.
Yeah,
so
John,
we
we all knew. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
I'm just wondering how Ninja Baseball Batman was a major influence on GoldenEye 007.
That's a good question.
It's really the Velvet Underground, album of of games. Like it's
got its influence. Its influence is felt unknowingly in many things, is what you're saying.
yes.
Yes. Great. Fucking John with the Velvet Underground reference. No, so it's Virtua Cop. Specifically, this was Virtua Cop for the Sega Saturn. There is a slightly different soundtrack from arcade to Saturn, and I decided to go with the Saturn one. I thought it sounded a little better. But that's debatable, actually. I'm not really sure, but they definitely have a slight change to them. And yeah, man, Virtua Cop. Who doesn't like playing as a cop shooting endless people?
Whoa.
Yeah. 1994.
Man, when you phrase it like that, I don't know, man.
I mean, they tried to figure out ways to make it a little more appealing. Like you get, extra points if you don't kill people.
Oh,
Okay.
You get extra
maybe
points.
that's the problem.
The main object of the game is to kill the bad guys, and you literally get hurt yourself if you kill innocent people. So that's good. No
Okay.
killing of innocent people. There is a small penalty, as in society.
Small
penalty. And yeah, if you shoot the other guy, like the guy's pointing a gun at you, and you shoot their hand and make them drop their gun, that disarms them, and you get bonus points instead of just killing them.
Okay.
Which,
Wow.
I'm sure everybody knew to do that and loved those bonus points. They didn't just shoot everybody in the fucking head. Like, that's why we all played Virtua Cop. Very strategic. But no, it was another one like Lethal Enforcers. You got your light gun, and you got a lot of guys to shoot. So
I like the idea of you go to the arcade and we're laughing at the idea of shooting hands. So there's that one guy who's just playing the game, just all hands, just nothing but hands, and just racking up the high score.
Right.
That's
He's-
the same kind of
He's laughing
same
at
kind of
us.
asshole. Yeah, he's the same kind of asshole who does those no-kill Metal Gear Solid runs.
I mean, I've tried the no-kill Metal Gear Solid run, and yeah, it gets tiresome after a while. But it would be kind of funny if nobody could figure out how this guy kept getting a high score. He's like, "You're killing too many people. You have to shoot their hands." It's like, oh, that makes sense. Jeez, this guy, fucking Chico Hands over here, just
Chico
shooting
Hands.
nothing but hands.
All right. I'm no longer Daytona Trash Boy on Twitter. I'm now Chico Hands.
Chico Hands. Good. So yeah, anyway, it's it's got a great story, this Virtua Cop. You got to take down that crime syndicate. Anybody remember the name of the crime syndicate in Virtua Cop?
The Syndicate.
Virtual
Oh.
Syndicate.
I'm gonna go with like Claw something.
It's kind of in that realm. It's Evil Incorporated.
Oh, that one.
I wonder what they sell.
Doesn't Soul Asylum have a song about that?
I hope so. But yeah, and you get to play as one of two police officers. You either get to play as Mike Hardy or his partner James Cools. Like, wait, last name Cools? Like a pack of cigarettes?
Please tell me it's spelled with a Z.
Oh,
No, it's Cools, unfortunately.
Ah.
But still, just James, not James Cool. That would be too damn cool. James Cools.
I was thinking as a verb, like he's some kind of energy or sports drink you drink to like refresh yourself,
Right, exactly.
or he's just like
yeah.
a bunch of fans.
It's a little misting fans with the spray thing, so you can keep yourself wet and cool while you're at a theme park.
Now
But
I want
yeah.
that buddy cop movie of just a guy partnered up with a fan.
Yeah.
Just,
Uh,
just a floor stand oscillating fan
Yeah.
riding in the
I gotta mask my voice. I've got an idea. But yeah, this Sega, man, they made some good games back in the day, some good arcade games. This one apparently is kind of a like a seminal arcade game because it's the first, I guess, shooting gallery game in which the characters that you're shooting were made of polygons as opposed to sprites. So that's what made it possible for you to do like the hand shots and things like that. You shoot them in the hand and they go, oh, and they're, arm flails and they drop the gun. Whereas I guess thinking back on like Lethal Enforcers and shit and like Area 51, it was just a bunch of nasty old sprites. So, this pushed things along. And then, yeah, it it inspired the development on GoldenEye 007, which I didn't realize, but it's an interesting connection. Like the guy he was being interviewed about, he's like, yeah, basically we he said one thing I didn't realize: GoldenEye was originally being developed as an on-rail shooter, and then they decided at some point, hey, let's take it off rails, and then they changed shooting games forever. So, it's I'm glad they did that, because think about I was thinking about it as I was reading that. I'm like, I guess there's still a couple levels that seem like they would be on rails, like the dam level, pretty railsy.
I would love to go into to the developers room when you've made that decision, just bust in the door, and be like, "This game's going off the rails, guys!"
Yeah. Wow.
I was gonna say, because isn't there that section in the dam level where you literally go down a single hallway and duck behind crates and boxes?
If not that, then that's definitely in the facility. Because as I was thinking about the first few levels of GoldenEye, I'm like, yeah, these all have on-rail shooter written all over them.
Yeah, the runway
damn,
level.
you got to start going over a narrow bridge, and then you got to go through a tunnel, and then you have to go over a dam.
I'm thinking of the library or the archives where you're ducking behind the columns to shoot out people.
Yes, I love it. But yeah, and so the guy was making it, and he's like, oh yeah, we can make a first-person shooter, and we can kind of still incorporate that Virtua Cop stuff, because think about it, when you hold R to do more precise aiming in GoldenEye, it basically turns into a Virtua Cop. You can target the head, target the legs, whatever, and that's not something that was going on in a lot of first-person shooter games prior to that. Prior to that, it was like Doom. It's just here's your gun, it's right in the center, and you're shooting anything that steps in front of it. And Virtua Cop, it had an influence, and GoldenEye was better for it. So I thought it was kind of cool. Interesting connection.
Did you always go for the groin? Because I always went for the groin in GoldenEye.
Honestly, man, I was just spraying with such reckless abandon in those games. My policy on that is fuck accuracy. I'm hitting everything until it's really obvious that it's a civilian, in which case you don't shoot them. But it's just bullet storm out there. Bah, 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 7 shots off screen, back. Just don't even fucking look. It's great. It's the way most people use guns.
I think when I had the sniper rifle in GoldenEye, I aimed for the dick. But any other weapon, it was just chest or head.
Yeah, wait, were we talking GoldenEye or Virtua Cop?
Oh, GoldenEye.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if I was aiming in GoldenEye using the R button, which was seldom, yes, I was shooting for the dick. Of course. Yeah. That's like David said. Yeah, the sniper rifle. I'm trying to. I feel like there was something in GoldenEye where the bodies didn't disappear fast enough, so you got to just sit there and really lay into their faces. And I did that a few times because it was 1996 or 97, and I was 11, and shooting things in the face endlessly was somehow entertaining to me. But
America,
yeah, just how it was. I mean, more accurately, just a fun fucking shooting experience for the first time on a home console. I wasn't into fucking Doom on SNES. It wasn't my bag. So, but yeah, Virtua Cop's cool. I like it in arcades. I love it even more on the Saturn. Because what's more fun, shooting things with a cool fake gun in an arcade with a friend of yours, or using the directional pad on a Sega Saturn?
You could probably use a light gun.
Did Sega Saturn have a light gun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every fucking system had a light gun.
They all had light guns.
Am I supposed to really know that? It's
Yes.
the Sega Saturn.
It's
Pretty
the
much every
90s.
console, as long as it's not an HD TV, had a fucking light gun accessory.
Right. I mean, I'll remember that. I'll remember to just assume that about the Sega Saturn. I don't make assumptions when it comes to the Sega Saturn, because you know what they say about people that assume things about the Sega Saturn.
They get body slammed by Sega to Sansuro?
Yes.
Exactly. And also they have to talk about the Sega Saturn, which nobody knows anything actually about it. I'm convinced it didn't even happen. But anyway, yeah, Virtual Cop's cool. I don't understand. The thing that I've been wondering, what's up with the Virtua name? Is it a series? Like, is it a universe at this point? Like,
It's I think
it's just a buzzword, like fucking blast processing that Sega kept putting on their fucking like 3D-ish arcade things.
Yeah, because I think it started with
Probably
Virtual
that.
Racing back in the day.
Yeah,
I think
Right,
it's the
Virtua
first
Racing,
one.
Virtua Fighter.
And I
Virtua
think
Fighter,
it
Virtua
just
Tennis.
became like anytime they use polygons, they call it Virtua.
Yeah.
I think it just means polygons.
Virtual On.
Yes.
I would actually
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, like, I would love it. I know Virtua Fighter has kind of become like a very serious technical fighter, but I would love it if it was part of the series and like you had a tennis player as a character and like a police officer as a character. Like,
Yeah.
just
Super
turn
Virtua
Virtua
Brothers.
Fighter into the Virtua series.
Why don't we have Virtua characters in like Sega and All-Stars Racing Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Like
There
I would love to have
Virtua was a big part of the 90s for
I would love
Sega.
a low polygon F1 racer driven by a low polygon fighter. Oh, that'd be
In
great.
the first Sega and All Stars Racing, you could get Jackie Bryant and Akira like partnered up in a car, and like their super move was Akira would jump like backflip to the back and then just shoulder bash the car and make it fucking zoom off.
Cool.
Okay.
It's pretty great.
I like that. And yeah, Akira just showed up in Smash Brothers. Old blocky style and all. So
Oh yeah.
they know that people, somewhere want these things. But yeah,
Somewhere.
I'm just saying, Virtua series needs a resurgence, man. And yeah, it needs to be established that all Virtua games take place in the same universe, that same blocky, ugly ass 90s universe that had, great tunes. And it's games like this that really take me back to like a certain place in time, like some games are timeless. These games are not timeless. These are 90s as hell, baby. So I like it a lot, man. It's it's good stuff. So yeah, that's it, man. Virtua Cop. 2 cop games on tonight's episode. I like that. I'm not thinking of a theme. So Johnny, you better move on to the calculating computer, my man.
Calculating computer activated.
You hear that like balloons, rubbing sound? Like
Oops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is David Fleming.
Well, what do you know? Back in the winner's circle again, it's Mr. Has a Job, David Fleming. Congratulations, David.
The way
You're
that you're
hired.
saying that with those like knuckles make me think that I should not be the winner and that you should be the winner instead.
No, I'm thinking you just shouldn't answer your door later, my man. If someone comes a knock, and don't bother opening the door.
Oh
'cause
my
it's the
god!
Virtua Cops.
As soon as we got off this call, John, I'm going to order David some cookies.
And have them delivered by Virtua Cops.
I have a delivery. No, please.
It's cookies. Oh, I'm so conflicted. So anyway, excellent show tonight, David. You're the only person that scored more than 1 point, so you have to be the winner. It's just the rules at this point. So what do you got in mind?
Isn't that the definition of winning? You have more points than everyone else. You have to be the winner.
Yeah, but in the cases where the scoring's just so lousy, it must. There's no like funny way to get out of this and give it to someone else. It's got to be you. So we default to traditional scoring when the scores
To
are
get out of
so low. So you got the theme for the next episode, my man. What do you got in mind?
Well, I feel like I, like many people, have been playing a lot of a certain game called Super Mario Maker 2. So I'm thinking a theme of platformers.
I like it. What is a platformer?
Any game in which you jump from platform to platform?
What if it has like platforming elements? like a
know,
Metroidvania would have platforming elephants.
I'll leave that up to your discretion.
Would like something like a Circus Trapeze Artist Simulator count as a platformer?
God damn it, John.
You know what, John? If that game exists and you can find 3 songs from that game, by all means.
Look what you did, David. He obviously had that ready to roll.
Game
No, that's
one.
good, man. Platform games on next week's episode. I'm into that. Nothing wrong with just jumping around, having fun, walking on platforms. I love the challenge of just asking you to define a platformer. It's like, it's kind of like pornography. You know it when you see it.
You know it's a platformer when the penis enters the vagina.
Whoa!
For me, it's when the penis goes in. But yeah, so platform games on next week's episode. Great theme. It'll be a great time. And thank you so much for listening. Thanks, everybody, watching along live with us. We are live every Wednesday night on twitch.tv/GameThatTune, youtube.com/GameThatTune, facebook.com/GameThatTune. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us live on Wednesday nights. Thanks to everybody listening in podcast form. You can get our podcast anywhere that you get podcasts. Just search for Game That Tune and download us and listen to us. And I think we sound pretty extra great in podcast form. So check us out there. Thanks to everybody chatting along live with us. If you want to chat along with us during the show, you can hit up our Discord server. You can find the link at GameThatTune.com. Join us there. Make game requests, chat with us. We love hearing from you guys. So thanks to all of our followers there in Discord. Thanks to Dell for the request tonight. Another fantastic Dell request. He sent us his via Twitter at GameThatTune, but you can also send them via email, GameThatTune@gmail.com. You can hit us up in the Discord server. You can hit us up in our YouTube comments. You can hit us up pretty much anywhere you can find us with requests. Special thanks, or not special thanks, but thank you to everybody who checks out patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for fun exclusives. We've got Covered Up. We've got occasional mixtapes. We've got GTT Gems. We might just do a movie commentary one more time one of these days. We'll see. It's always a fun time over at patreon.com/GameThatTune. So we appreciate your support. Thank you for just helping us out there. It's doing great things for us. I think we got a line of shirts coming soon. We've got always music streaming over on YouTube. Thanks to the donations there, and we just appreciate you guys supporting us over at Patreon. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, and Bradford Stevens, the 4 greatest guys on the planet, quite frankly. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. And that's pretty much the show. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can hit me up there. I'm at JGangsta187. You can follow John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
You can follow Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
And you can follow David Fleming, this week's winner, on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
Hell yeah, David. So take us home with some fantastic bonus tunes. What do you have for us?
For the bonus music, as I said, since I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Maker 2, I am playing the title theme for Super Mario Maker.
Okay, that's nearly appropriate for Super Mario Maker 2, but that's great. Peace out, everybody.
And that is my point, so we can have a clean edit to say, I forgot to upload bonus music. So we're going out with John's bonus music. John, what do you got?
Oh, my bonus music.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I forgot what I chose for bonus music. Hold on, I got to refresh myself.
You chose the rest.
Oh, yeah. Because, my theme that I was going to pick was going to be arcade games. What better music from an arcade game is there than the wrestler music from The Simpsons? So that's the bonus tunes we're going home with tonight. Peace out, everybody. Viscera Cleanup Detail is copyright 2015 Rune Storm. Animal Crossing City Folk is copyright 2008 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Tail Concerto is copyright 1999 CyberConnect 2 and Atlas Company Limited. Moonlighter is copyright 2018 Digital Sun. Virtua Cop is copyright 1995 Sega Games Company Limited.